Hi, I'm Melissa, your free range psychic. Today is December the 18th, 2022, and I want to wish everybody who celebrates Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. It starts tonight. Also, the winter solstice is Wednesday, December 21st, so happy winter solstice. Everybody who celebrates the winter solstice, or conversely, if you're down under, the summer solstice. Today I'm going to do another past life reading. This one on Elon Musk as the possible reincarnation of the head of the Nazi medical experimentation and treatment team at Auschwitz. His name was Dr. Eduard Wirths. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know how that's pronounced in German. And I'm using the Ciro Marchetti Tarot for the tarot reading, and then the guides have an oracle card for us out of the Messenger Oracle deck by Ravynne Phelan. I'm not going to go too much into depth into Elon Musk's biography or Eduard Wirths. It was weird for me or frustrating, I think is the better word, researching Wirths' history, because I think it's been whitewashed, made to look a lot better than it was, because everywhere I looked online, same stuff. It didn't make any sense, actually. Here you have Eduard Wirths, who is the chief of staff, as you will, over the whole medical team at Auschwitz, which is notorious for horrific human experimentation beyond the imagination, really. And I won't go into it because it will give you nightmares. It's horrific. And he was actually over the notorious Nazi medical experimenter Joseph Mengele. So he was over him. He was his boss. And when you look up Wirths' history, it says, well, he really wasn't involved. He didn't get involved in this stuff. They always note that his interest was in sterilization of Jewish women. Of course, this sterilization would have been involuntary and involved some type of strange research focus. Of course, remember that Eduard Wirths was a Nazi. Then what's the Nazis' major belief is that they have to get rid of any non-Aryan blood. They cannot allow anybody that who is not part of the Aryan race to procreate, because they're looking for a pure white race. And so, of course, Wirths would want, if he's an ardent believer in this, which he was, to not let that happen. So you're going to research, I guess, aspects of how to purge Germany of Semites and inferior races, as they believed, and this was a way to do it. But it's impossible to think that he was detached from the other things that were going on. Again, if I know what they are, some of them. I mean, I've obviously, I don't know how many people have looked into the Holocaust and what happened to the Jews and others who the Nazis wanted to exterminate. But it's worse than your most terrifying horror movie. The ideas, the insanity that went on with these experimentations, and the suffering and the perversion of it, the evil of it. So I believe what happened probably was that Wirths' family, at least I asked my guides about this, but it may have been something else, but what my gathering is that Wirths' family purged certain information about him on the internet, because it all looks the same. But I'm sure there's a copious amount of books and probably witnesses, people who have written books or have been interviewed. I mean, it's all there. It was all there at Nuremberg, and I believe that Wirths testified at Nuremberg. In fact, after his reign at Auschwitz between, I think, 1942 and 1945, he was captured by the British, and then or maybe he didn't go to Nuremberg because he was going to be put on trial, and then he committed suicide. So I'm not sure now. But he did commit suicide in captivity, like a lot of them did, right? I think Mengele did too. But this was somebody who was extremely cold-hearted, extremely ardent as a Nazi in the belief of the superiority of the white race, and actively involved in trying to purge it of the undesirables, and took a medical interest, a detached scientific and empirical interest in doing so. So that I think I've told you all you need to know really about Eduard Wirths. Please research. I'm not going to go into other detail. Sometimes I do when I do a past life, and have a long sheath of notes that I read from. But today, it's enough for you to know that this person existed, and this is what he did. There's really, what more can you really say about him? Now, Elon Musk, he was born in Pretoria, South Africa. His father was a half owner of a Zambian emerald mine. His mother, I should research. I didn't research much about him either. I'm so not interested in him in so many ways because he kind of repulses me. But his mother was Canadian. I think I can say that about her. And when his parents divorced, he went to eventually stay with his mother to get Canadian citizenship because he really wanted to come to the U.S. He's got a half brother. I don't know what other siblings he's got. Well, I kind of do, because his father married his stepsister, and they have a baby or two. Yeah. And so I imagine his father's still alive. And I don't know what to say about that either, who marries their stepdaughter and has children with them, with no, there doesn't seem to be any, I don't want to say shame. Maybe they shouldn't have shame. I don't know, but it's a thing. He's wealthy. He can do this thing. Why not? Why care about any ramifications of that union? But that's where Elon comes from, and he did get a bachelor's of arts and a bachelor's of science at University of Pennsylvania, economics and physics, and then he was going to go to Stanford, dropped out after 2 days, and then he made his fortune starting out with his half brother in the ownership of some tourist guide, zip guide or something, that invested in XCOM and PayPal, and made a lot of money when these entities were purchased. Of course, he invested in Tesla. He did not invent Tesla. He did not start it. He's not that person. He just invested in it, became a large shareholder, and he's the CEO of Neuralink, and now Twitter. Starlink, is that the other one? And there's other businesses that he's chairman of or CEO of, and or largest investor in, and then most recently the Twitter takeover, which is we're watching, it's like watching the insurrection all over again, but watching it play out on social media. And my belief is that Elon Musk, who has a very close relationship with Putin and the Russians, allegedly, I'm just saying allegedly, was asked to buy this, also by the Saudis, to destroy it because it's too powerful apparatus for the organization of democracy, for the communication of, for the disseminating of information, etc. It is extremely, or has become extremely important for the free world. And I believe that, especially when Twitter barred people like Trump from having accounts there, this is partially revenge. I'm sure Trump is happily watching from behind. Plus, he's got Truth Social. Maybe he thinks that with the demise of Twitter, Truth Social is really going to take off because Trump must be a part of this. And so we see it happening in real time. And Elon Musk is so awful, really. We see him bringing on right-wing Nazis and then closing out liberals. I think he just barred a bunch of journalists from posting there, and it's just in disarray. It's chaos. And of course, Elon Musk is a chaos agent. He's so egotistical, and then very inappropriate. There's been inappropriate posts, extreme inappropriate posts that he's made that where is this guy coming from? Then he's been firing everybody on Twitter, and he's just been creating chaos there. And what's his end game? My belief is his end game is just to destroy Twitter and then move on and enjoy doing it while he's doing it, because he loves to have power. He loves to have control, and he is so much like Trump and these other narcissists that we see who come in and like gorillas, they beat their chest and they want to cause fear and misery, and they really enjoy dividing people, pitting people against each other. But it's always about them, right? We always have to come back to them. They always have to be in the mix. So let me get on with my reading. The first card, and this card has continually come up for Elon Musk when I ask about Musk. They're saying this represents both Musk and Wirths. And this is the King of Swords upside down or reversed. And so this is about somebody who is a chaos agent who comes in. And if you think about Twitter upright, or the King of Swords upright would be, a just ruler of Twitter. This is often, or the swords are often meaning communication, or they're referring to it of some kind, but he comes in upside down. And he causes perversion of the social media site itself, and he watches as it falls apart. So Wirths was similar in the sense that he came into Auschwitz, and here doctors swear, I believe German doctors too, do the Hippocratic Oath, do least harm. He comes in and he does the most harm that he can to bring in this 1,000-year Reich. So as he comes in as a doctor to bring suffering, to cause more harm, to cause more death. And millions of people died in Auschwitz under his watch. So they're doing the opposite of what their role is, or their assumed leadership positions should mean. In a sane world, they come in and they bring in destruction of it, and they kind of in a detached manner, watch it fall apart and crumble and be destroyed. But they're above it, they're above the fray. They're just enjoying watching the destruction. Above the devil. So this comes from an evil place, and this is Nazism. And I think in both cases, really, because Edward Wirths and also allegedly Elon Musk are very much, he's from South Africa. This idea of a pure white race, I believe that allegedly, anyway, this is also his focus. He's very much a believer in fascism and authoritarianism. Probably, has big respect for Hitler, allegedly. I think they're coming from the same place here, worshipping the same God. In the past, this is Five of Swords. So this is Wirths calling war and destruction and genocide on not just I know it's not just the Jews. It was also homosexuals, people of color, whoever, also people with disabilities, gypsies, the people who were not pure, could not come up to the standards of the Aryan race. And he's going to, with the Nazis, attack these people, and he will be a soldier for the purification of the human species. This is what they wanted. This is what they still want, by the way. And if you think about it, do we forget that when there were the concentration camps here for people who came over the border under Trump? That's what I saw them as. They didn't murder thousands of people or millions of people, but there were edgings towards that, and definitely they were keeping an eagle eye on the menstruation cycles of the young women there, remember? And keeping track, and there was forced sterilization, and et cetera, et cetera. It was all going in this direction. Allegedly. No, but we did see that, though. Do you remember? So this is both, this is Musk, also waging war on the inferior species of the human race. He also is a big believer, according to my guides, in the supremacy of the Caucasian race, also the supremacy of the wealthy. This is libertarianism also, and he's part of a group of people allegedly who want to bring on fascism, trying to take over the Western governments. Part of these people. Now he's bought Twitter, so he's allowing them back in, because this is who he supports, allegedly. Below, this is the King of Wands, and this is all about control. I sit on my throne, and I am in absolute control of all that I see. Now the King of Wands has positive aspects to it too, but in this case, and I guess I could say King of Wands reverse, but really I think this would say it all. Just if you look at the wand, if you look at the way that this man is seated, and he is absolutely the ultimate narcissist, in control and micromanaging everything, and he is the chief. He is above all. And that was Joseph Wirths, was the chief of all the doctors in Auschwitz, and Elon Musk now is the chief of Twitter, and anywhere he tries to take over, he tries to be in that, or anywhere he tries to buy into, he tries to be in that role, right? In the future, the future card for a past life reading is the end of the last incarnation and now what's coming for this incarnation. This is what happened to Wirths. He was finally captured, and then he committed suicide, and his battle was lost. For Elon Musk, let me see. I'm going to ask my guides what this means for him. Okay, I'm just going to use my pendulum. It's also an ending for him. Maybe this is the government stepping in, I'm hoping, but they're saying, and he's going to be in a huge amount of trouble when the new administration takes place, and he's going to lose a lot of power. I think he's going to lose Twitter, and he's going to be. This is decimation. This is a decimation of him, not just Twitter, but so many other things. I mean, look at what he's done to Tesla. Anyway, he's destroying Tesla. He's lost, I think, 3 times as much. I heard this, so this is allegedly 3 times as much money. Tesla has lost 3 times as much money as Twitter cost, something like that. But this is an ending for him. Some ending, not a physical ending in terms of his health or body, but business. There's going to be some real loss for him. And this is a finality. This is something he cannot get back. Not a suicide or anything, but something where he's caught. He cannot get out of what he's done, and it's a big ending for him. So the clarifying card is the Knight of Swords. So for Dr. Wirths, this is him as a soldier for the Third Reich. And he is, aggressively playing his part in securing a white race, supremacy of the Aryan people. And Musk, this is him buying Twitter and then, going on the attack. He likes being in this position. He likes getting revenge. He likes causing harm. And, he'll do anything and everything. There's nothing that he wouldn't do here to get back at his enemies. And he's totally on the rampage here. Thinking he's in the right. Thinking he's got, this is the Aryan race, the white race here. But, he's doing it for his cause. It's a cause. A holy war for him. The end result for both of them, the outcome card, the Tower, of course, Wirths dies, and his cause dies, and Auschwitz also, is ended, and prisoners are set free, and he's exposed. And Elon Musk, he's headed for the same fate. This is the destruction of Twitter. But again, this card often has this dual meaning, which is he's falling out of the tower. So it's causing the speeding up, I even want to say. The way that you speed up as you fall out of a building, of his own destruction. And this is surely somebody who's gone too far. He's lived in his ivory tower long enough, but now it's not affording him that protection anymore, and he is falling. He is destroyed by his own deeds. Yuck. Yuck, the energy of those 2 men. So nothing I do is written in stone. This is just what I am getting from my guides, or I believe I'm getting from my guides, where I'm being led, and I'm just putting it forward as a possibility, not saying this is written in stone or dogma. It isn't. But I would be curious to know what you think about it. And if you have information about either of the two, I really didn't do too much of a deep dive, and I really didn't want to. So much is known about them, but I know you guys know probably a lot more than I do about these guys, or some of you do out there. So let me know any information about how, and it may be that you don't think they're one's an incarnation of the other at all, but I'm just putting it forward as a possibility. Okay, let's get on to our oracle card. And the one that my guides chose for us here is Embrace Spirit. Embrace Spirit. You are a spiritual being living a physical life in a physical body. Embrace spirit in your journey. Reaffirm your connection with the divine. Fly into the heavens, but remember to look down and see the divine, that the divine exists in the magical natural world beneath you. Spirit dwells within all, in everything you see and everything you know, and everything that you do not see and everything that you do not know. All is born of the divine. Embrace spirit. So I want to wish again everybody happy Hanukkah, who celebrates Hanukkah, happy winter solstice, everybody who celebrates the solstice. And I get to be back on Christmas Day. Oh, I want to apologize. Adam, Stargazing Astrology, was not feeling well. That's why he couldn't come on. But we will be doing something with him in the future, and I do want to see what his take is on the prediction for 2023. And I'll do my own tarot predictions also in a separate video, I think. I love you guys. You take care. Be well. Okay? Bye-bye.